Hey everyone, Knight of Pepsi. I'm going to be playing a game versus Napoleon II again, trying to challenge him for the NASF King of the Hill. I challenged him once and lost very badly. I did not play that game well at all. I tried recording it, but my audio didn't come out very well either. My house is a little bit noisy today, but I'm going to try the audio anyway because I'm just kind of feel like it. We're both planning to record this game and put it on YouTube, so that should be pretty interesting. Hopefully my headset mic's working all right. Usually it gets much better sound quality than a computer does. You don't have to hear me slamming on keys or anything ridiculous like that. So I usually don't play with open flag setups very often. I just tried a very similar setup in the World Cup match versus Don Homer, which I lost, but not because of the setup, just because I didn't use it well. He didn't find my flag or anything. I just got a little too aggressive with a couple pieces, took some risks that didn't pay off. So a couple little surprises in here, hopefully. But overall, a pretty balanced fundamental setup, hopefully. I feel like maybe I should mix something up in here a little bit. Maybe bring that up. I like to spread out my captains a little bit. Maybe not have them all in the front row like that. Actually, let's do it like that. Let's try this. I want it to be fundamentally balanced, but I also don't want it to be so ridiculous that it holds me back and makes it that much harder to win the game. I don't really like this double minor here. Let's try that. Let's give this a try. This is now a bit different than what I played in the last game, so this is technically a setup I've never really used. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I've only played him once. I am 0-1 versus him. Alright, so I'm going to move over to cover the general, but I'm going to make it look like I'm doing it just to get this lieutenant out. More so than to cover a general. Feeling that might be a lieutenant. Nope, scout. So we've already found one major. Nice. Alright, cool. Always nice when you can trap out that major. Hopefully that's not like a colonel. Alright, so I think he's going to try to run with this major. Let's just capture. See if we can get some good information. Alright, might actually be able to get away here. So I am down a couple lieutenants, but I captured a major. And I know a captain. Which is pretty good. Let's get the scout out here. Alright, so he's defending his captain. And we know all these pieces have moved. I feel like that might be a captain. Or it's either a captain or a scout, I think. I don't really have any good way to try to capture his major over here right now. Too much of an escape path and too much stuff in the way. Tempted to just hit up with my captain. Maybe I will. Okay, so it is a scout. See if that's backed up by a captain or a major. Okay, I'm going to hit this piece. Minor? Okay. Wasn't expecting that to be a minor. All right, so definitely very aggressive with his majors. Let's chase him away with the scout. I think he has to respect that. Okay. So major captain. We know his third major's over here. That's just a scouting piece, I'm pretty sure. I kind of want to bring a major in and go after that captain, although it looks like he's working to shuffle it in, defend it a bit. I'd like to know what this piece is. Because I'm pretty sure that's just a scouting piece there. So the good news is I've definitely identified some potential targets to hit. Major, major, captain. This colonel up. That should give me some control on this side. Whoops. I almost did a misclick there. That would not have been good. That's what I get for playing games too early in the morning. I love playing in these tournament games, but a lot of times they end up being on early weekday mornings. I played my last game starting 7:30 local time. Let's try this actually. I want to reduce some of this noise. So now that major's going to run away. I do think he's going to have a little bit of a tough time defending these majors eventually, but he's probably okay for right now. I'm not interested in that. That's fine. Okay, nice. I really don't mind him scouting that piece. Nice, I got my captain back. Let's just retreat with the major. We at least have the scout up here to help. Watch out for anything really dangerous. And I do have one major lead, so if I'm able to use that to... Okay, I don't necessarily want to move my major over because then I'm blocking my colonel. And my colonel will be trapped in a 2 square. So I actually have to be very careful there. I want my colonel at least have an escape path, because worst case, I'd rather lose the major than the colonel. And it could potentially be worth it if I find a general or marshal. Let's... All right, it's a little ridiculous. That might be something good. That's just a scout. All right, so he's going to try to threaten here now. All right, let's see how he reacts to some pressure on this side. All right, just a lieutenant. That's kind of annoying, actually. I guess I should have figured it'd be something like that. Trade that off. He's already used quite a few scouts up here, so I don't feel like he's going to have another scout here. But he certainly could. Let's see. I feel like he really wants me to move up here. I feel like this is a good piece. I'm gonna move back. I'm not confident enough on what's what in order to be willing to attack. In fact, if I had a better sense of where his marshal might be, I might even try to just get that major. Let's see how he reacts to this, actually. Interesting. Okay, he knows what that is now. Interesting. I guess that must have been the major. Sergeant. Okay, sergeant, major, colonel. I'm gonna go and see if I can try to get it. Actually, let's do this. I actually kind of like this position because he's either going to let my lieutenant through, which will let me put some extra pressure. He's going to hit it with the sergeant, which gets me up a piece, or I'll find out what this is. Nice. I want to know what this is. Captain. Okay. That was actually very successful. I can move up with my colonel now. That was his major, right? Or was that his major? That's a colonel. Okay. Apply some pressure here. Nice. That went very well. We'll get that captain. I might even be able to get this major depending on where his marshal is. I'm actually okay here if I find his marshal. Though I don't know his general either. Let's just get the major while we can. Because we have a pretty good lead there. All right, so I can definitely at least save my general, and if I had time, I'd love to run this marshal up just to put even more pressure on him. But I'm not going to have time to do that. So I feel like this is definitely either the general or the marshal. Not sure which one. I wish I had a scout in the middle, but I don't. I only have one scout left, and it's over here. All right, so let's move over. Scout. I really don't want to use my last scout on this piece. If this is a trash piece, it's a trash piece. All right, well, there goes my last scout. Three lieutenants left, and that's one of them. Okay, well, let's at least finish retreating and get to safety. China has one major left. Nice. It's possible one of these pieces could be the... All right, so if he's going to bring some pressure here, it would make more sense to risk my known major than to either of these pieces. I feel like he's going to try that whole trick where bring two pieces in, pretend one of them's a spy. Because if I'm going to lose a piece to discover the general or marshal, I'd much rather risk my major than my colonel or especially my general. Let's do this actually. I actually want to try to get rid of this sergeant here. I originally thought that might be a good piece too. And okay, here it comes. I mean, it might just be a minor or something silly like that, but all right, let's see what we can get here. I don't know if I have a particularly good feel for what's what. Okay, I guess he never had actually confirmed that that was my marshal. So he definitely has information. The only piece I know for sure is his third major, which I don't dare go and try to take right now. And I know that's a lieutenant. Neither one of us has any scouts left. Which makes the game a little interesting. I'm going to move my colonel down to a relatively safer position. All right, so he's bringing this piece towards the middle. I feel like if that was a really good piece, it would have gone after my colonel earlier. So I really don't feel like it is. Okay, so that's coming out towards the middle. So he's just going to park his lieutenant there. That's the piece I suspected might be a good one. That one, I would think I wouldn't think that would be his general or his marshal just because, I don't know, I feel like he could have come down and done some real damage earlier if it was, but it could be the spy. So maybe bringing that back out. Okay. It definitely is a little tricky when I don't know his pieces. I feel like that's the spy. And then this is probably, I'm thinking the general marshal, and one of them's here. And one of them's just a bluff piece. Maybe the major, but probably just a bluff piece. Let's see how he reacts to this. Maybe that was the spy. All right, so spy, good piece, good piece. Probably lieutenant. I still feel like that could be the spy right here. I still feel like that's a spy. Let's get that lieutenant. Oh, it's a major, okay. I mixed that up. Actually, is that lieutenant? If it is, I definitely don't want to risk my spy on it. That'd be pretty bad. All right. So we found his third major. I'm okay with that. Using my known major. Of course, his major was known too. Okay, so what is that? I don't want to risk anything too big here, so I'd rather just get my other major out. I still feel like that's the spy right there. Obviously, got to be a little careful whenever he's near my flag. With his last major gun, my captain here is actually pretty powerful. I just don't want to move it out of this row here and give him ideas of where my flag might be. That's the only reason I'm not really moving this captain right now. So this is definitely a classic case of I'm ahead in material, but my opponent's ahead in information. And how can he use this information to his advantage? Pretty much all I really have to work on is reads of pieces. I don't think that's a spy. Okay, he wants to try to trap my marshal here, so we're not going to let him do that. With a potential spy. Again, I think that's a spy, but obviously, high platinum player, they can be unpredictable. Now he's really trying to go after the marshal here. All right, I'm probably just going to have to make a read and go forward. So again, my read is that that's a spy, but obviously I lose pretty much all my advantage if that turns out to be wrong. I don't know. I'm not confident that's the marshal, but I'm also not confident enough that it isn't to call him on that. All right, obviously he's not going to let me get that. That piece is definitely still acting like the spy. Okay. I think I'm going to have to bring this captain up here to do this safely. I'm not really a huge fan of moving this captain out of the third row, but all right. Geez, that could be the marshal. So what would happen worst case? Worst case, he captures my colonel. We trade off marshals, and I'm still up a major and a captain, but down 3 lieutenants, up a couple sergeants, up a major. I feel like that's not a bad position, but obviously I still wouldn't know where his general was. But I could do a little damage up here. Kind of trapped up in here anyway, so. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm up a couple pieces, but I'm definitely going to have to use them to get some information here. Let's do that. At least if it's the marshal, it's protected by the spy. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, that is awful. What the heck, man? Okay. I don't think that's the marshal anymore, but that could be the marshal. So just like that, there goes my captain and my major. That makes this game a lot trickier now. Sorry, a little bit of a noisy household here. Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. That was the marshal? That is so bad. Still thinking that's a spy, but... All right, I'm going to have to go with my read here. At this point, I'm actually at a material disadvantage. After being up just a ton. Do I think that's a spy? I don't even know anymore, quite honestly. That must just be a lieutenant. I'm not sure if he's going to let me through here. How confident am I that that's a spy? It's pretty much GG anyway. So. Oh, that was the... I thought that was his general. Wow. Yeah, that's probably what I get for recording audio. I thought I was attacking in general, not the lieutenant. Well, talk about the wrong piece. And of course, he's going to have lieutenants out here everywhere. And there's really nothing I can do about him. I'm sure that's a lieutenant. That's probably his other lieutenant. And I'm really going to be just kind of trapped here. Can't really move anything out without breaking tripods because this piece is trapped. Just hasn't been very successful. So we did find a bomb. Probably not a flag. Can try this, I guess. Yeah, all the lieutenants. Oh, that could be the flag. I know he plays with open flags quite a bit. I feel like that could be a bomb. That could be a bomb. So that'd be 2, 3, 4. Those could be bombs. I know he usually does pretty tricky bomb structures. Wow. I still can't believe I blew that material lead. I mean, that's the second game in a row that I've had a really good material lead and just completely lost that lead. What do I even want to do here? Lieutenant. I feel like he might do a bombed in flag versus me. So I could try going that way, or I could try going this way with my... I'm sure there's not really much else I'm going to be able to do. I feel like it's one of these pieces. I'm only really going to have one chance. No, that wasn't it. All right, that's GG. He remains on the throne for now. There's absolutely nothing I can do. I'm all blocked off, so... Game. Had a really good material lead. I actually liked my chances there, but I didn't read his pieces very well in the end, and he was able to use that to his advantage. So credit to him for coming back. Hopefully I'll get him next time.